Some houses seem immune to the passage of time. While the world outside shifts through seasons and decades, the structure remains perfectly still. Many people live inside these exact walls for 20 or 30 years. They often stay put even when they have the financial means to upgrade to a larger lot or move to a more convenient location. We usually evaluate real estate through a material lens, assuming housing decisions come down to price per square foot or proximity to schools. But the brain views a move as a massive psychological disruption. Packing up a life and adapting to an unknown environment requires heavy expenditure of mental energy. Over years of residency, the brain integrates the physical environment into its daily emotional processing. The house becomes a complex ecosystem of habits, routines, and personal history. Understanding exactly why people refuse to leave requires looking at the psychological architecture that binds a person to their building. The human brain operates as an energy-saving machine. It constantly searches for predictability so it can power down its threat detection systems. This chart shows the mere exposure effect in action. As the timeline advances, the uncertainty index drops. The longer we inhabit a space, the more the brain relies on its consistency to feel secure. Relocation breaks this consistency. The gauge spikes as the brain works to memorize a new grocery store layout, a different commute, and the habits of new neighbors. In a house lived in for 20 years, the gauge stabilizes. Every room and corridor is navigated subconsciously. There is no mental tax required to exist in a space this familiar. You know which floorboards creak. You reach for a light switch in total darkness. You recognize the ambient hum of the street outside. When you calculate the psychological safety generated by this level of predictability, the perks of a modern kitchen or an extra bedroom seem minor in comparison. That predictability is only the first layer. Long-term memory also relies on physical context. Our recollections are often anchored to the places where they happened. This model illustrates spatial mapping. The brain anchors specific emotional memories to physical coordinates, tying our experiences directly to the walls around us. Looking out a specific window might trigger the thought of a loved one. Walking down the hall can recall a family milestone, strengthening that neural connection every time you pass the spot. The structure functions as a form of external storage. It holds the physical triggers required to access years of emotional history. Because these memories are mapped to the geography of the home, moving feels like abandoning the physical archive of your own life. The final stage of attachment involves eroding the boundary between a person and their surroundings. After decades of projecting safety and memory onto a space, the brain stops perceiving the house as a separate object and begins treating it as a component of personal identity. The interior of the home provides the opposite experience. It is the one environment where an individual maintains absolute reliability and total control. The house eventually anchors the inhabitant's sense of self, providing a level of consistency that makes the physical structure a central part of who they are. Returning to those who stay in the same house for 30 years, their refusal to move is a rational response to these psychological needs. Choosing to stay put is often misinterpreted as a lack of ambition or a sign of being stuck in a rut. However, this immobility serves a specific purpose. It is an active strategy used to maintain emotional equilibrium. In an era defined by constant modern disruption, maintaining a sanctuary that remains unchanged is a strategy for self-preservation. For these individuals, their greatest lifelong asset is deep, unbroken familiarity rather than increased square footage. When you understand the mechanics of attachment, common real estate decisions reveal the deep human need for stability. Subscribe to the channel to look closer at the hidden psychology behind everyday behavior.